PM urges US companies to boost investment in Bangladesh. Polls panel still lacks capacity to use EVMs in all 300 seats, says CEC. Sri Lanka gives emergency powers to military as the clashes kill 7 after Mahinda's resignation. Assalamu alaikum. This is Nusrat Islam welcoming you all to Evening News. You have just heard the headlines. Now let's move on to the details. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has urged for increased investment from friendly countries, especially the US, as it aspires to become a developed and prosperous country by 2041. The Premier said this while welcoming the first ever executive business delegation from the US-Bangladesh Business Council. The Prime Minister also hoped that this delegation's visit and exchange of views with the relevant government and private bodies will further explore the expected business-to-business partnership and will definitely double the trade volume and benefit the private sectors of both countries. The Premier also hoped that the trade relations can be further strengthened with the duty-free access and other trade privileges in the US market.
I am sure that you would be able to understand the congenial atmosphere and feel confidence for your potential investment in Bangladesh. Bangladesh is now recognized for the state-of-the-art manufacturing factories in various sectors like RMG, leather, plastic, jute, ICT, agro-processing, and many more. It is our time now, and please make your time taking opportunities of our conducive investment regime.
The Election Commission is not prepared for using the electronic voting machines in all 300 constituencies in the next national elections. The Chief Election Commissioner, Qazi Habibul Awal, said this today. He said the EVMs could be used in 100 seats if the political parties could gain confidence in the upcoming elections. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina recently said that the next national election will be held using the EVMs. When asked about the discussions between the political parties regarding EVMs, the CEC said that the Election Commission was not feeling pressured by the Prime Minister's statement on EVMs.
আসলে ভোট গ্রহণ করার মতো সামর্থ্য আমাদের এখন নেই, কিন্তু আমাদের 100টা বোধহয় নিশ্চিত আছে ভোট স্বাধীনভাবে আমরা পরিচালনা করব যতদূর সম্ভব। এটা আমাদের এখতিয়ারভুক্ত, পদ্ধতিও আমাদের এখতিয়ারভুক্ত।
Awami League wants electronic voting machines to be used in all 300 constituencies in the next parliamentary elections. However, the party has no issues with the Election Commission doing it subject to its capacity and ability, said Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir. He made the remarks at an event held at the party's central office in Bangobandhu Avenue today. Commenting on BNP's stance against EVMs, he said the EVMs are being used in many countries of the world to stop vote rigging. He also urged BNP to join in the next general polls.
সব সময় আমাদের বিএনপিকে বলবো দর কষাকষি করে কোনো লাভ নেই। দর কষাকষিতে সরকার সংবিধান থেকে নড়বে না। কারচুপি জালিয়াতি এড়ানোর জন্যই এই ইভিএম ব্যবস্থা আছে। কোনো আধুনিক কোনো পদ্ধতি নেই।
No election will be acceptable under the Awami League government, BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir said today. At the same time, use of EVM will also not be acceptable, Fakhrul said while addressing a press conference after a meeting at BNP's central office in Noapolitan this afternoon. Fakhrul said no election will be acceptable if all political leaders implicated in politically motivated cases are not released and cases against them are not withdrawn, the regime does not resign and the parliament is not dissolved. They also demanded transfer of power to a non-partisan government.
বর্তমানের অবৈধ সরকারের অধীনে বিএনপি কোনো নির্বাচনে যাবে না। এটা এর মধ্যে এতটুকুর মধ্যে কোনো ভাগ ফোক কিচ্ছু নেই। প্রধানমন্ত্রী কি করে বলেন যে 300 আসনেই ইভিএম দিয়ে নির্বাচন হবে? যেটা দায়িত্বটা হচ্ছে সম্পূর্ণ নির্বাচন কমিশনের। এইটা থেকে প্রমাণিত হয় যে এই সরকার সচেতনভাবে, অত্যন্ত পরিকল্পিতভাবে এই দেশের নির্বাচন ব্যবস্থা তথা গণতন্ত্রকে ধ্বংস করছে।
Owners of manpower recruiting agencies have demanded open recruitment from all legal agencies of Bangladesh. At a press conference today at National Press Club, they expressed their stand against the decision to allow a 25-agency syndicate to send workers to Malaysia. They claim that the Malaysian labor market is yet to reopen for Bangladesh because of the mismanagement of the said syndicate despite an MOU being signed last year. Severe cyclonic storm Asani is likely to weaken gradually into a cyclonic storm in the next 12 hours and move in a northwesterly direction, said the Met Office. The cyclonic storm moved northwestwards in the West Central Bay and adjoining areas this morning. Later, the storm is expected to recurve northeastwards and move towards the Northwest Bay of Bengal without making a landfall. International news. Sri Lanka gave emergency powers today to its military and police to detain people without warrants. The powers were given after a day of clashes that killed 7 people and injured more than 200 in violence that prompted Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa to resign. A curfew is in force across Sri Lanka after mobs burned down homes belonging to ruling Rajapaksa family amid mounting anger at the economic crisis. The overnight violence capped a day of unrest that saw PM Mahinda quit, but this failed to bring calm. Crowds besieged his residence and tried to storm it. He was evacuated to safety in a pre-dawn operation amid tear gas and warning shots. The island-wide curfew has been extended to Wednesday morning as authorities seek to quell the violence. Many protesters are still calling for President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, brother of Mahinda, to leave office. Reporters say more than 50 houses of politicians were burned overnight. Violence abated as day broke, although protests continued despite the curfew. The Pulitzer Prize Board honored Ukrainian journalists on Monday for their courage, endurance, and commitment to truthful coverage of Russia's invasion of their country. The board awarded a special citation to the journalists of Ukraine as New York's Columbia University announced the 2022 winners of the prestigious awards. The New York Times scooped up the most news Pulitzers with 3. The Washington Post won the public service category for its compellingly told and vividly presented account of the storming of the U.S. Capitol by ex-President Donald Trump supporters. Now sports, hockey. Bangladesh national hockey team confirmed their Asian Games berth following a 3-1 win over Sri Lanka in their qualifying campaign in Bangkok today. The second successive win took the men in red and green to the semi-finals of the 9-team qualifiers with a match in hand against Singapore, which will be played on 12th May. Before ending, let's have a look on the headlines once again. PM urges U.S. companies to boost investment in Bangladesh. Polls panel still lacks capacity to use EVMs in all 300 seats, says CEC. Sri Lanka gives emergency powers to military as the clashes kill 7 after Mahinda's resignation. And that's all from the newsroom for now. To know updates, videos of this bulletin, visit our website www.ntvbd.com. Besides, visit our YouTube and verified Facebook page for updates about our news. Thank you. Stay safe.